And that is the key to the business is keeping that pipeline full. Not everybody's gonna make it all the way through to produce an app. Not everybody's gonna stay for an entire career. We know that. But in order to continue to grow our teams, in order to continue to make differences in people's lives, and the most importantly, in order to be able to get families protected, we simply have to have more people out there who are knowledgeable about our products. And that's the biggest reason why we need to recruit. So folks, I don't want to take a ton of time, but I got some hopefully high impact stuff that can help you guys today, make a difference today, change your mindset today. So I'm going to share my screen. First thing I want to do though, is I want to congratulate the Schneider Agency on a recruiting record in the month of March. 6 recruits, best month yet so far. And congratulations, Kyle, and congratulations to the Schneider Agency. Well done. And I imagine that's not the only recruiting record that you guys are going to break this year. So more good things to come. Folks, I wanted to, if you can, well, I don't know if you guys can see things on your screen super easy. So I want to read some Eagles to you guys this morning, because I was doing this last night, and I try to write a little note on everybody's first lifetime Eagle, and then send it to them. And I got to be honest, I want to speak to you guys so you guys can see me right quick. I got to be honest, last night I was just floored at some of the Eagles that I was reading, and I thought they were awfully neat. What was being said and what was going on. So, wow, this is crazy. My computer just froze out of nowhere. All right, so oh my gosh, that's terrible. It says my device just ran into a problem. That is awful. Okay, so good thing I know what I'm talking about already. So folks, if I'm going to, my computer seriously just froze, but I'm on my iPad. I don't know what that's doing. So the screen is probably frozen, but I was reading some Eagles last night, and I was reading one from a gal named Lacey Marshall. Okay. This Eagle just came out. She works in the Ellingson Agency. She wrote her Eagle the week of March 1st. All right. Now check this out. You guys have to listen to me, because this one's not on the screen. So you guys have to listen to me. All right. Visualize this. I spent my evening sitting alone in a quiet house at the dining room table where I usually missed family dinner. I heard about my kids' day from the babysitter, who also happens to be my oldest son, and picked up the mess from the day I missed. I looked at gold stars on homework without witnessing the smiles that brought them home, and cried at the realization I wasn't ever the one to witness it firsthand. I dreamt of things most parents find frustrating. I wished I could make it home to do homework with my kids and be the one to read them stories as they got ready to dream. How could I be the mom and one day wife I wanted to be if I wasn't even around? Excuse me. I was missing everything, and missing everything is in all caps. Missing everything I was working so hard to support. The world owed me nothing. I made choices to live paycheck to paycheck because it was safe, not because I was happy or fulfilling my ideal role as a mother, a spouse, or a career professional. I made a few career shifts along the way, making great money, and they all had one thing in common: a critical lack of personal fulfillment. Folks, Lacey wrote 9 apps this week. In that week, $10,607 in NAP. Folks, how many people out there do you think there are like that. All right. That is the definition of underemployed. And there's millions, several millions of people right now who are unemployed. And there are tens of millions of people out there who are underemployed. This is not a single case right here, right? You guys know people who are in this situation. You run into people every single week who are in this situation. The problem is they don't wear it across their forehead, right? Somebody had to start a conversation with her, and she had to be able to see the product, the culture, the training that's offered, all right, in order to see that this was the ideal career for her, all right? But somebody had to start that conversation. How many people out there, how many folks out there do you know? How many Lacey Marshalls do you know? All right, how about this? Give me 1 second here. My computer rebooted itself, so I'm going to see if I can get it up. Here goes Mr. Bob Adams, also a newer guy, also in the Ellingson Agency, also wrote an Eagle that first week. I believe that was his first week out, 15 apps. All right. Got a couple good paragraphs here. I have to reflect back to the day in sales school when Travis talked to us. He said, write down your why. And I did. And I started tearing up, just like I am tearing up right now, reading this out. I remember looking at Travis and he started to tear up, seeing me. I told him later, he got me. And he politely said, no, you got me. My why was in the past, I had provided my wife and kids a lifestyle they would never want for anything until my accident changed everything. And now she drives off to work every morning and comes home beat every night. So help me God, I will build this to where she doesn't have to go to work anymore. Folks, how many Bob Adams are out there? This guy was in car sales. He was successful, but he said it was not fulfilling. Selling a car was not a great thing to do. It was just a thing to do. All right. How many Bob Adams do you guys know out there? I think you guys recognize this one, right? Is this Brian? Brian Torrod, I think is the name. Check this out. Same week, March 1st, 10,000 in NAP, 27 apps. Here goes a cool story. When I say God is good, man, he is. I was so grateful that Brian Glazinski thought to ask my church friend, well, who do you know who's like you that I can share this with? When after trying to recruit her, she informed him that she was already doing her forever career. I'm the result of Brian field recruiting me, and I'll field recruit every day so I can share this amazing career with as many PLUs, people like us, as possible. One short month earlier, I was working somewhere that I had not planned on being for the rest of my life. Folks, how many Brians are there out there? How many Brians do you know? Folks, people are unemployed right now, but there are way more people who are underemployed. And the only way that we're going to find the majority of those folks is by you folks on here, Toy, Caitlin, Matthew, Mary Lou, Elmer, BJ, Jeffrey, Molly. You have to talk to them. There are far more passive candidates than there are active candidates. Do you know the difference? An active candidate is somebody who's got their resume out and they're seeking, they're taking phone calls, they're applying to jobs, and they are looking because they want to make a change like within the next month. You've got far more passive candidates out there who maybe they have their resume up, maybe it's been up in the last 6 months, but it's more they're kind of just open, right? They're what I like to call recruitable, All right. But they're not necessarily looking to make a change today because, as Lacey said, right, I made a few career shifts along the way, making good money, but they lacked fulfillment. I made choices to live paycheck to paycheck because it was safe. Folks, there's a lot of people out there living paycheck to paycheck because they think it's safe, right? I'm going to have Justin Perry on my Friday call this week. He worked in the oil and gas industry for 19 years. He did it because it was safe, the money, and they make good money. But you know what he also told me? You know how safe it is? He said if you do the career long enough, you're going to get furloughed. You're going to get laid off. It's just a part of the business. Kyle mentioned I was a coach. We have a funny saying in coaching: if you haven't been fired, you just haven't been coaching long enough, because it's inevitable that you and your staff are going to get fired at some point. So even the oil and gas industry, and he said, it was good money. I always went back to it because it was safe, but he's been laid off like 4 or 5 times. And he finally said, that's it. I'm going to go do something different. I'm going to go build something for myself that I don't have to give up. So, folks, here's the question. What is your recruiting mindset? And how dedicated are you to recruiting, to really recruiting each and every day, every single day, finding people out there who, guys, they're not going to, I love Caitlin's story because it sounds like that lady was trying to talk to her. All right. And if you are open for business, then you will run into situations where it really seems like people are looking for you if they know that you're hiring, if you put it out there, right? There's those sayings that what you put out, you get back in return, 3 times in return. So if people know that you're hiring, then people will look for you, or they will help people, they will direct people your way. You guys are the Davenport Agency and the Schneider Agencies, guys, are some of the best trained sales agencies in the company. You guys have some of the most amount of people who get trained to standard, all right, who reach quick start, and then who end up getting, if you recruited somebody, who end up getting that recruiting bonus because you got somebody to 10,000 in their first 13 weeks. So it's not just like that, guys. I'll just be transparent with you. There's agencies out there where if people don't want to recruit because they're afraid the person's going to fail, it's like, well, I can see your metrics. I can see why you feel that way, because you guys train at half the capacity of the company average. Well, your guys' agencies train at about 50% above the company average. And Vans, you guys have been about double for a lot of the time, right? For the last, I think, 3 years, the Davenport and Schneider Agency, I've seen you guys upwards towards 19, 20,000 when the company was at 10 or 11,000.
That's how we roll.
That's how you guys roll. So I want you guys to understand, because you may be thinking, well, gosh, what if people fail, or what happens if they come in and they don't succeed? I just want you guys to understand that you guys are some of the best in the industry. All right. Family Heritage is really good in terms of what a new recruit produces. All right. And I'm talking people that leave after a single day, and people who stay, for all 12 months. As an example, our sister company, American Income, guys, they write half of the business. Their new recruits write half of the business that Family Heritage recruits write. Liberty National, our other sister company, they write about 60 or between 60 and 70%. They're new recruits of what our new recruits write company-wide. And then you're talking about your guys' agencies alone that do even more than that. Okay. All right. So while I've been speaking to you, I've been trying to get my screen back up. And I just want to show you guys a couple things. Okay. And then I'll let you go. Part 3 of the bonus, we just paid it out. Here goes some of the dollar amounts that we paid out in part 3. So if you're a market director or a regional director and you are incentivizing or you're coaching your people to recruit, and that person gets to 10,000, folks, there's back end money on that. All right. For each one of those team recruits who reaches 10,000, check out Amber. Amber made $2,500 in team recruits. Aaron Stolt, BJ Baker. All right. Some of those market directors made some really good money as well, folks. Let's see the CT recruiting. There it is. Man, I'm on fire this morning. I found it right away. All right. So I just showed you what Amber made in the part 3 recruiting bonus. That's on top of, because this is last week's flyer, folks, that's on top of what she had already made in part 1 and part 2 of the bonus of the career track recruiting bonus. Amber was the top Q1 bonus earner, folks. 12,000 plus the 2,500 I just showed you, $14,500. Are you serious, folks? A few short years ago, we were only doing $500 per recruit. But Family Heritage understands the importance of recruiting. It's not just, and Kyle and Van can attest to this, folks. We used to just throw money at sales and sell and get money, sell and get money. But it's really hard to tell you guys, each and every one of you, Ryan, Jennifer, Mary Lou, Greg Pendleton, Toy. It's hard to tell you guys to just do more sales every single year and we'll grow. It's virtually impossible. We know it's impossible. So what we need you to do is duplicate yourself. We need you to find PLUs or PLYs in this case, and we need you to introduce them to this opportunity. All right. When people see the product, when people see the opportunity, when people see the culture, folks, that's when we have an opportunity to get them into the recruiting process and for them to see that this is unlike anything that they've ever done before. All right. We have the type of opportunity where, let's just be honest, folks, there aren't a whole lot of people waking up this morning looking for a job who are like, I think I want to go sell supplemental insurance for the rest of my life. There's even less people who are waking up not looking for a job, who are thinking to themselves, you know what? If somebody talked to me about supplemental insurance, I think I'd take that job. Folks, that just doesn't happen. But our opportunity, and especially because of the products that we have, we take people who want nothing to do with insurance and turn them into career professionals. Because our products do for people what no other insurance products do. Our training is way above industry standard, way above industry standard. Our leadership, we have people who care about you. We have people who talk about your dogs on Zoom, congratulating you that you just got a dog. How often does that happen in your place of employment, right? And him talking about wanting to meet your dog, your new dog, right? We have Todd Stiles. I can't tell you how many birthday pictures I've seen from Van, over the last several weeks, or not several weeks, several days, right? We have people celebrating people constantly in this. Our culture is fantastic, and it's contagious if you just allow other people to catch it. So make sure that you're talking to people today, tomorrow, over the weekend. You have friends, they have friends, you have family members. And folks, just know that when they get brought into this interview process, they're going to get taken care of. And if it's mutually agreed upon that they come on board, folks, they will get the best training in the industry, and they will have every single opportunity to make this their forever career. All right. So there are Lacey's out there. There are Brian's out there. There are Bob's out there. Go find one for yourself today and get paid a $1,500 recruiting bonus on them, and then get to market director and regional director, and that will bump up to 3,000 and beyond. Folks, we are paying people all-time highs to build, all right, to build the agency, build the company. So we're going to pay out about $2 million this year. Take advantage of it, folks. Take advantage of it. Back to you, Kyle.
Wow, Michael, that is unbelievable. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing that.